Well, I guess it finally happened. Stranger Things fans have officially decided that they are gonna, well, not boycott the end of the series, but they are gonna come up with their very own theories as to why the series ended the way it did. And this has gotten so far that most of the people actually believe in Conformity Gate, which is basically them believing that there is a secret ninth episode and it's gonna come out soon. It's actually in the making. I mean, it's not just in the making; it was made, but it wasn't posted because the Duffer Brothers wanted to create this amazing and mysterious secret to solve the series and they created this 8 episode to shock people. And I don't even know what to say. I have not seen more coping ever in an online medium beside beside the CXone community on Reddit and the Half-Life 3 community, especially after the Game Awards. Something is going something is going down so bad at Stranger Things because picture this. You have been making a series for the better part of the last 10 years of your life. You have been making your most accomplished series for 9 years now, okay? You have been making it for 9 years, which is what the Duffer Brothers have been doing with Stranger Things. Yes, it really took 9 years for us to get 42 episodes. And the ending is so bad that people genuinely start coming up with the dumbest fucking theories ever, and not necessarily the dumb ones, because they actually have such a compelling way to argue about the fact that what they believe in is actually true and how this makes sense that I can't help but be impressed, not gonna lie. I'm genuinely impressed. And imagine that your life's work is actually hated so much by the community and that they don't wanna believe that your 8th episode that you intended to be the last episode is so bad that they actually come up with not only simple theories but theories that there is actually one more episode and that this is all fake. Oh my god, I feel so bad for the Duffer Brothers, but man, if this isn't a situation where they just dug their own grave. Which brings me to my next key point in this video, which is gonna be, I have saved a video on Twitter. I have not watched this, by the way. Yes, I know I have liked it, because this is what I do. But there's so much shit that I liked regarding the Conformity Gate. And holy shit, I wanted to make a video about... What the fuck is it called? I wanted to make a video about this interview with the Duffer Brothers from Variety, because they have answered some questions in such a stupid way that I can't even believe it. I can't. And then one of the brothers said that, oh, he shouldn't have answered the questions after being tired, which is basically just him saying that, oh, I didn't have time to actually fill in the plot holes that I have made, so I can't come up with a good enough lie, which is just stupid. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me, okay? I'm not saying that that's the case, but it definitely sounds like that to me. It definitely feels like they wanted to come up with lies. Anyway, I just wanna watch this video, okay? I wanted to watch it with you guys. Just in case, I just gotta adjust a few things here before we do that. Oh shit. Okay. Wait. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna leave it like this. Okay. Let's see what this video has got to offer for us.
That's wrong. It should be.
But that's just a little bit. Okay, what was this? Okay, something should be yellow, not green. What's this? Some kind of fabric. Sure, okay. What else is there? It should be blue. They're all sitting like Henry and Billy when he was possessed. Come on, come on, come on. Big blank sign. Oh yes. See, like I can't tell if not gonna lie, if there would be a ninth episode, this would be some of the most clever fucking writing that I have ever seen. I would suck the dick of everyone who worked on this show so bad if this was actually real. But now, this is just coping. For now, this is definitely just coping from fans for mistakes that the Duffer Brothers made. Like, yes, there was a blank sign being held by someone, but that was just simply them forgetting to fill it in because they didn't think that people would pick up on it. To me, that's what it seems like. Yes, so apparently sitting like this now means that you're possessed by Vecna. What do you mean they're all sitting like Handy and Billy when he was possessed? Mike is not sitting like that. Hell, 3 people are standing, and they are not sitting like that. What the fuck is Max supposed to do? Girl is literally paralyzed. Yes, she can't move anything, bro.
Wait. Hold on. That's it. Comfort and happiness? Could you be more trite? I thought you were some kind of master storyteller or something.
There is no fucking way people think that. Yes, okay, you know what? Maybe it was a clever parallel, but I have read a lot of theories after episode 7 came out, okay, and I watched it. I mean, I didn't have high hopes for episode 8 because I thought the season was already bad, but holy shit, did people come up with some of the most exciting theories for the final of the show, and just none of them turned out to be true whatsoever. Which was the funniest shit to me. So, remember, just because you see something like this on Twitter or TikTok, don't believe it, okay? Yes, okay. Oh my god, yes, this is one of the most prominent errors this season. So basically, in one episode, the first episode, the little tip of this thing is red or blue, I don't know. And as you can see in the third or fourth episode, the color changes. Honestly, I wanna believe this theory. Okay, I wanna believe it, but I just can't. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And although beside okay, putting the theory aside, I am genuinely curious about how on earth did the color change, because it's a prop set, okay? It's a prop on a set. You had to make a different version for people to actually see that it's a different color. You had to make 2 versions. Why did you do that when you had one that was perfectly working? Really smoking and he wearing a leather jacket. Okay, so apparently you basically can't do anything that you might want. He's out in a bar. The fuck are you supposed to do in a bar alone? Joyce hates smoking. He's becoming his father. Yeah, I don't know how to tell you this, but Jim said the same thing, that he actually had quit smoking before, but now he wants to have a smoke because of how things ended. Bro. Max acting like Billy is something she never wanted to become. Just because you don't want to become something doesn't mean that you won't actually become that same thing. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, okay? You know that you have these genes and you have these, what is it called? Genetics and whatnot. You can become the person, okay, that who was basically there for your entire life. Like, it's not out of the question for that to happen to you. They all ended up looking like that, someone they hated. Yes, okay, so I'm sorry that you look like your father. And that she looks like her husband. They didn't hate Ted, they just didn't care about him. Okay, you could argue that they did hate him. They are living in Vecna's world. Yeah, so Vecna definitely cares about Ted, right? Ted is like this very important middle piece in the entire story. Without Ted, none of the story could have happened. Don't you believe me? Look up Ted Rule 34. Rule 34 says that a character being in the middle of it all is important. Okay? A character who you don't expect to be the most important one, but he will turn out to be the centerpiece of everything. That's Rule 34 of movie making and series making. Look up Ted, Rule 34. No sign of Vicky, Vecna doesn't know her. No, you dumb fucking piece of shit. It's not about Vecna. Okay, I'm not gonna call you a stupid piece of shit, okay? Because it's a theory, okay? Don't take it the wrong way. So, Vicky is just simply gone. According to the Duffer Brothers, they just broke up with Robin. They broke up off screen. Not everything has to be explained, okay? Nancy dropping out of college. She
Dropped out.
Maybe she would. Just because a lot of things can happen in 18 months, you know. A lot of things that we don't know. Not everything has to be explained. All staring into the camera. Yeah, maybe they are just bad extras or something. Everyone behind the OG is wearing glasses. I'm pretty sure the girl on the left and the boy in the back is more so behind Weird than the guy on the right. And they are not wearing glasses. Neither was the girl on the left right there. I'm losing it, by the way. Something else that I wanted to do. Thing Story channel actually posted a very compelling video, basically just summarizing every single plot hole in the series, which we are also gonna watch right now, because it's important. And it also it emphasizes my point even more so that I feel like people are trying to cope so hard because of the series ending, and because they didn't get the ending that they wanted. So yeah, let's just watch the video is all I'm gonna say, okay? I feel like we should watch it.
Why does Karen Wheeler have massive scars here, but they've disappeared here?
They just forgot to add it.
How did Max graduate when she was in a coma for a year and a half?
Very good question.
Joyce and Hopper were friends with Henry Creel in 1959, yet never acknowledged their friend is Vecna. What happened?
See, this is also a very stupid plot point because I know that there is a Stranger Things play, okay? But apparently you kind of have to watch it to understand things a bit more. I did not watch the play and I'm not gonna act like I did. Because that would be stupid. I would be lying and lying is bad. But, the Duffer Brothers again just said when somebody asked them about this that, oh, well, Joyce and Jim actually realized that they were in the same school and that their friend Henry, became Vecna. Is something that they realized between season 5 and 4.
Happened to Dr. K? What happened to...
You know what happened to Dr. K? Dr. K was a poorly written character is what happened to her.
all those pregnant women in the Upside Down?
What happened to the pregnant woman? They died, according to the Duffer Brothers.
The Turnbow family survived their drugged pie? Why are leaves falling when graduation is set in spring? How come there's no scar from Henry's gunshot wound he got as a child? Nancy?
That's also a very good question, because I'm pretty sure he got it on the hand, you know? And there is...
How come there's no scar from Henry's gunshot
wound?
One
could argue that he healed it.
He got as a child.
No, let's
Nancy killed multiple soldiers, but doesn't face any consequences. If the
That's also a very good
Demogorgons...
Okay, oh my god, this made me so angry. I remember pointing it out to my friend as well while we were watching the final episode that Demogorgons were supposed to be in the abyss, okay? Like, they were supposed to be, like, scattered around somewhat, and that they were supposed to live there, kind of. Because we have this scene at the end of season 4, where Henry, well, at this point, almost Vecna, went to the abyss, and we saw a Demogorgon walking there. So they do exist there, but they were not seen in the final episode. No Demogorgons, no Demidogs, no fucking the bats either. The bats that, by the way, killed Eddie. You know, okay, that scene was bad as though, I'm gonna have to admit. But the point of the bats was literally just to kill off Eddie.
And Demodogs originated from the Abyss, how come there aren't any in the final battle?
Yep.
Are we expected to know the entire plot of the stage play to understand vital plot points of the show? Speaking of which,
See, that's stupid.
the briefcase in the cave. Why did the writers change its contents from advanced military tech, as seen in the play, to a pulsating black stone?
Okay, so about this stone. Apparently, Henry got his powers from this stone. We don't know where the stone came from, and the Duffer Brothers said that they are already working on a spin-off to explain some things. They are not gonna use any of the characters that we already know, and nobody in Hawkins is gonna be in the series. But somehow they are gonna explain the origin of the stone and what it does and whatnot. I hate the fact that the series ending was literally written in a way that they could just throw basically shit at you, and just so they can make a spin-off.
How
I
did
hate
Derek get through that hole?
Derek, the fat fuck, got through this hole. Where is it?
Stone. How did Derek
The tiny hole that
get through
these
that hole?
children
How
can
did
barely
Hopper
fit
get
through.
his police chief job back when, for the last 2 years, he was either imprisoned in Russia or presumed dead?
Also, I like how the Russia plot was also basically just tossed out the window. I know the Duffer Brothers said something about it, but hold on, I'm actually gonna check. Wait. Can I maybe see it? I wanna know. Where is it? Stranger Things 5 finale interview. I think it should be here. Yep. Nope, never fucking mind. It was something they said just like, you know.
Considering this, how did Hopper get a job offer in Montauk? Lucas was brutally stabbed and injured in episode 504, but the next day he's carrying around Max like nothing's happened.
That's a good fucking
Will's
point.
been physically linked to Vecna and the Hive Mind, but when Vecna is destroyed, there's seemingly no connection. Are Susie
Yeah, see, that was also kind of explained by the Duffer Brothers. I'm not pulling this information, by the way, out of my ass. I have actually watched. I mean, not watched. I have actually read these things. They are basically statements from them. Okay, you know, go look them up. So basically, how it works is, Will felt everything that happened to the Hive Mind. Okay, he felt the Hive Mind being shot, which meant that he was being shot by the weapon in the last fight. But somehow, when Vecna was about to be decapitated by Joyce, we felt nothing. Apparently, the Duffer Brothers say that when the Hive Mind died, the whole connection kind of disappeared from Will. Well, that's cool, okay, but Will should have died off of that, okay? Hive minds don't work like this. A hive mind doesn't work in a way that if you have a million fucking entities in a hive mind, it doesn't work like, oh, one of them is special and this thing doesn't happen to them, but it happens to these ones. Why? Because of why the fuck not? That's just not how
no
it's supposed to
connection.
be.
Are Susie and Dustin still dating? She's never
See, this, I don't care about this.
seen or
This is just a breakup, okay?
mentioned in the final season.
That
Where's
could happen.
Argyle?
I don't care about Argyle. I didn't like his character.
Where's
that much.
Dr. Owens? Are Robin and Vicky still
I don't
together?
care about Dr. Owens.
Is
Again, something that doesn't matter.
Mr. Clark still banging the librarian? What happened to
Probably
Murray?
is.
Max sees
Okay, I was actually curious about what happened to Murray because we didn't see him whatsoever at the end after they
young
had
Joyce in Henry's memories,
Vecna.
but never confronts her about it.
What should Max even confront Joyce about? That she saw her giving out fucking, I don't even know what those are, invitations maybe?
In early seasons, the Upside Down was depicted as having no liquid, yet somehow
Yes, this I did not like. This was definitely a plot point.
enough water is found to fill this tank. Will recalls visiting Melvold's general store for milkshakes, yet milkshakes are only shown sold there in the stage play over 25 years earlier. Why did the power lever at the Squawk radio station change? If Eleven's death was an illusion generated by Kale, how did she maintain it when it was the lab where she was last seen
You could say that
exploded first? Why was the
that this kind of happened in a slower way, but that's
Upside Down frozen on November 6, 1983? If the Upside Down's frozen,
November didn't mean anything.
how come Will can see the Christmas lights and letters which were purchased and hung up after that date? How did Max go from blinded, limb snapped in multiple places, and brain dead to 100% normal? The show never definitively answers who's in charge of Henry. Does he control the Mind Flayer particles, or do they control him? In Season 4, Vecna tells Eleven that she had banished him to a new place, but from the stage play we know he visited there when he was 9 years old. What happened to the third waterfall Mike talked about?
I don't care about
well,
the
there
waterfall.
is a
The
super tiny one over here. Does that count? Why did Vecna need exactly 12 kids? Was it a...
See, the 12 kid thing, people came up with the idea that Vecna needed 12 kids because there's 12 numbers on a clock, and that made sense. Then the Duffer Brothers said that the number 12 didn't actually have anything to it. It was just a random number. And then they retraced their steps, went back and said, okay, never mind. Yes, it's because of the clock.
Clock reference? It seemed to be a part of a ritual that's never explained. Why?
Also, I like the fact that the kids were such a huge centerpiece of the season, and then ultimately it didn't basically
matter.
matter.
Will control any of the Demogorgons who were supposed to originate from...
Oh, also I forgot to say, there were no Demogorgons according to the Duffer Brothers because Vecna didn't expect them to attack. How on earth did he not expect to attack if he actually saw things through Will's eyes? You know, you will be my spy one last time. Well, what happened to that? What happened to being the spy? Nothing happened.
In the final battle against Vecna, the attack on Hawkins was covered up as an earthquake, but thousands of Hawkins residents, including military personnel, saw the monsters. How did Elle get into high school with no social security number or elementary education? How does Joyce afford to move the entire family to California on a retail worker's salary? How come they didn't try using the military's sound emitters against Vecna? How come you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel?
Okay, anything else? Nope, nothing. Okay, so basically this was it. There was another point here that I want to point out.
Who's in charge of Henry?
This I hate so much that they barely explained anything about Henry's backstory and the Mind Flayer either, because the Mind Flayer was such a cool monster when it was introduced. Like, holy shit, it looked scary at first, okay? Now it has a literal physical body. Somebody came up with the theory that, okay, the physical body is just the Demogorgons and the Demodogs and the Demobats, let's call them that, just fused together, like, with, you know how it was in the fight against Billy? There was this huge monster. I would say it made sense, but no, it didn't. No, it just didn't. Especially because the Duffer Brothers tried to say that, oh, well, Vecna didn't expect them to attack, so he didn't have time to prepare. Yes, I am also sorry that our big baddie is literally stupider than a child, okay? Like, I'm sorry to tell you that, but that's just plain bad writing. And I would have really wanted to know whether or not the Mind Flayer was actually the big monster, or Henry was the big monster in the whole thing because of the stone and everything. But it's so blatantly obvious that they made this in a way that they can just simply put up another sequel, okay? Either a sequel or a prequel or anything, just a fucking spin-off that nobody asked for. You could have just ended the series here, you could have just done such a better job, but no, you didn't, because apparently something changed in such a drastic way between season 1 and this season that the peak writing of season 1 The peak writing of season 1 and 2 just got thrown out the window, and instead you just decided to dig a grave for it, your entire series. The ending was bad, okay? And the 7th episode, so actually not the finale, but the one before that, is currently sitting at a 5.7 rating, I'm pretty sure. IMDb, Stranger Things. This is the finale. It's sitting at 7.7, but now when I come over to the episode before that, it's 5.7. Literally the lowest rated episode of the entire series. And finally, not that, I wanted to say that the fight scene between Vecna and everyone else was actually shorter than Will's coming out scene. Like, I'm sorry. I'm actually so sorry to tell you this, but how on earth can you basically just take Vecna and tell Will that, okay, if you won't come out, I'm gonna kill everyone. You're gonna be a disgrace. You're gonna be hated and whatnot. Brother, come on. Also, this is the 80s, okay? In the 80s, if somebody were to come out like this in front of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 people. 15 people. And not one of them would have judged you for being gay in the 80s. That's stupid to me. That's fucking stupid, okay? Like, I'm sorry, but are you telling me that even Jim is a nice character, okay? He's an amazing dad and whatnot. So what the fuck is going on? I can understand Joyce being fine with it, okay? But Jim, I honestly feel like it's not that he would have been bothered. He just wouldn't care, okay? He just literally wouldn't care about it, because who the fuck cares about it? I don't know. Also, Nancy's dogs are out. I just fucking noticed. Why are Nancy's feet out? She's the only one. The fuck is going on here? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna end the episode here on the topic of Nancy's feet. I don't care. Okay, I'm just gonna let you take this video in and realize that so many things went bad with the ending, and I waited so long to make this video because I actually wanted the Duffer Brothers to kind of fuck things up more with more statements that they actually haven't thought about properly, which did happen. But in the end, I thought that I would kind of mix that in with the Conformity Gate, because it felt like this was more appropriate, even though this video became a bit longer. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, or even if you just happen to scroll to the end and just watch little bits of it. You know what? I still appreciate it, okay? Because at least people took the time to watch my shit, okay? Like, even the last video I made, I got almost 400 views, which is nice because I took a break from YouTube for a while. But now I'm back, so now I'm making these videos again. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you wanna see more of this bald ass fucking Jim Hopper wannabe yap more about series that he loves, and movies and games and literally everything. Let me know if you find these videos interesting. I can make them more edited, okay, if this is bad for you. I just had to make it because I wanted to make this right now. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.